Good morning students, how are you all? I welcome you all to another interesting maths lesson. So students, as we have previously learned that algebra involves equations that have variables or unknown values in them. And we learned that solving an equation means figuring out what those unknown values are. In this video, we're gonna learn how to solve some very simple algebraic equations that just involve addition or subtraction. So are you ready? Let's begin. Okay, so if you've got an equation that has an unknown value in it, then the key strategy is to solving it is to rearrange the equation until you have the unknown value all by itself on one side of the equal sign and all of the known values on the other side of the equal sign. And then you will know just what the unknown value is. But how do we do that? How do we rearrange the equations? What we know that is the algebra uses the four main arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And we can use these operations to rearrange equations as long as we understand one really important thing first. We need to understand that an equation is like a balance scale. We have seen a balance scale, right? If there is the same amount of weight on each side of the scale, then the two sides are in balance. But if we add some weight to just one side, then the scale would tip. The two sides are no longer in balance. Whatever is on one side of the equal sign must have exactly the same value to whatever is on the other side. Otherwise, the equation would not be true. Of course, that doesn't mean that the two sides have to look the same. For example, in an equation 2 plus 2 equals 4, 2 plus 2 doesn't look like the number 4. But 2 plus 2 has the same value as 4. So this equation 2 plus 2 equals 4 is in balance. It's a true equation. The reason we need to know that the equation must be balanced is because when we start rearranging them, and if we are not careful, we might do something that would change one side more than the other. This way our equation would not be balanced and it wouldn't be true. And if that happened, we won't get the right answer when we solve it. Sounds pretty bad, huh? So how do we avoid getting an equation out of balance? The key is whenever we make a change to an equation, we have to make an exact same change on both the sides. That's so important, so I'll say it again. Whatever we do to an equation, we have to do the exact same thing on both the sides. And if we want to subtract a number from one side of the equation, we have to subtract the same number from the other side as well. So as long as you always do the same thing on both sides of the equation, it would stay in balance and your equation would still be true. Alright, like I said, in this video, we are just going to focus on equations involving addition and subtraction. And here's our first example. X plus 9 equals 15. To solve for the unknown value x, we need to rearrange the equation so that the x is all by itself on one side of the equal sign. But what can we do to isolate the unknown x? Right now, x is not by itself because 9 is being added to it. So is there a way for us to get rid of that 9? Yes, since 9 is being added to x, we can undo that by subtracting 9 from both the sides of the equation. Subtracting 9 will leave x all by itself as plus 9 and minus 9 will cancel each other out. Okay, great. So we just subtracted 9 from this side of the equation and x is all by itself. So equation solved, right? No, it's not. If we just subtract 9 from one side of the equation and not the other side, then our equation won't be in balance anymore. To keep our equation in balance, we also need to subtract from the other side of the equation. As on the other side of our equation, we just have the number 15. So we need to subtract 9 from 15. And since 15 minus 9 is 6, so that side of the equation will become 6. So by subtracting 9 from both sides, we found the unknown value of x, which is equals to 6. Equation solved. Now to check our answer to make sure we got it right, we can replace the unknown value of x by our answer 6 in our original equation. So instead of x plus 9 equals 15, we'll write 6 plus 9 equals 15. And if that's true, we know we got the right answer. So as 6 plus 9 equals 15, that means our answer was right and the equation is true. Let's try another example. 16 equals y minus 5. This time the unknown value is on the right side of the equation. So does this make it any harder? No. We use the exact same strategy. So in this equation also we leave the unknown value y all by itself. Here in this equation you can see the number 5 is being subtracted from y. So any idea what we can do to isolate y? Let me tell you. We will add 5 to this side of the equation so that minus 5 and plus 5 will cancel each other. But then we also need to add 5 on the other side to keep things in balance, as plus 5 and minus 5 will cancel each other. And on the left side, 16 plus 5 will be equals to 21. So our final equation will be like 21 equals y, which is the same as y equals 21. Again, we solve the equation. And to check your answer, you can put the founded value of y in the original equation to see if it's true or not. Okay, so now you know how to solve very simple equations like these, where a number is being added to an unknown or a number is being subtracted from an unknown. So what you need to do, you just need to isolate the unknown value, and you can do that by adding or subtracting a number from both sides of the equation. Remember, when it comes to math, you really need to practice what you have learned. So be sure to solve some basic equations on your own. And as always, do like, share and comment on our videos. Until next time, goodbye.